guys, Lee from coloringqueen.net, and I've got the gorgeous Elegant Elephants Day and Night colouring book by Marjorie Sarnat. Now this has got 68 drawings in it, so it is packed full of illustrations. Now Elegant Elephants was previously released by Marjorie in just a day edition, so now it is a day and night edition, so with half the illustrations with black backgrounds on them. Now Marjorie did send this book to me because I am a huge fan of her work, and actually, Elegant Elephants was one that I didn't have. Now, if you are familiar with Marjorie's work, you know that she often publishes through Creative Haven, and they have perforated pages, etc. This one is not published through Creative Haven, and the paper is slightly thinner than the Creative Haven paper that she normally uses, and it's not perforated. But it has twice as many pictures, or more than twice, as the Creative Haven books have. So we've got our day edition of the elephants. Now this one is actually available as a free download on Marjorie's site if you wanted to test it out and see if you like colouring Marjorie's work. She's also got illustrations there from other colouring books as well. And I've reviewed a lot of her books because I love the way that she does this like tapestry style artwork. It's got such cute little images on it, and it breaks up large spaces like that. So for people like me that don't like colouring fur and prefer something a bit more abstract rather than realistic and fun and whimsical, you might actually enjoy colouring these. So at the beginning of the book, we've got all the day ones. So we've got like steampunk elephants, elephants with doodles and flowers, elephants and giraffes in the jungle. And these look fabulous coloured in. She's got a Facebook group that you might want to join so that you can see how people colour in her books. So this is little artist elephant. I've actually seen an elephant that paints like this in Thailand years ago. So it actually happens. And right down here we've got this tiny little mouse. It's just adorable. Now the artwork is really black and crisp, like all her line art. It's always very black and crisp. This one's got a light little quilting style on it, so it's very cute. Lovely little interior. And of course everyone has an elephant in their lounge room. The white elephant sail, we have those at School Fates here. I can't drag my hubby away from them, he's always coming home with his little treasures. So we've got our little family of elephants. So lots of different patterns, like a peacock elephant, little different scenarios with other animals. 3 wise monkeys up there on that elephant. That looks a gorgeous picture. So you can do as much or as little as you like. If you like colouring solid, you can colour solid, and there's plenty of patterns to interrupt it so it doesn't look like a big blob. Or if you actually are good at techniques, if you can blend and come up with great colour schemes, then you can really make these pop. They look great when you use markers on them, and they also look great with gel pens, as well as coloured pencils and normal markers, obviously. Now the paper's not designed for wet media per se, like watercolour, but you could try my gesso trick, and there's a video of that on this channel, of gessoing up the paper just to get that watercolour look on there if that was what you wanted to do. Now I would pop a piece of paper behind the image that you're working on, even if it's coloured pencil, because if you press down hard you will dent the other side of the paper. So this is our midnight version, and look at that black background, isn't it fabulous? You just imagine that either left alone, like a lino cut print, or with gel pen around it. Now, I always pop a laminated piece of copy paper behind each page that I'm working on in every colouring book, no matter what type of paper it is, because it's really easy to dent the other side. So that cost me like $1 from the Officeworks in Australia. In America, you could probably get that from Staples or something. And it's just copy paper that's been laminated, so it's just like $1. I find it easier than looking around for scraps of paper to put behind, and it works really well for me. So we've got these lovely black backgrounds, and then of course our little elephants there highlighted. So I think a lot of this white line art would look great even if it was just left white. You know, you wouldn't really need to colour it in if you didn't want to. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's good that you've got the option of either the background or without the background. And I've got to say, I know some people don't like illustrations that have been repeated in books, but I love them because I make so many mistakes. Having the opportunity for a do-over is always a priority for me. But plus also you learn things as you go along, and you might learn some technique and think, oh, I'd love to try that on that picture, and you've already done that picture and you don't have that opportunity to do it again. So I absolutely adore things where you get two versions. So here's our little artsy elephant. It looks completely different with this white outline. That tiny little white mouse. I like how she's selected which bits to do white and which to remain in normal line art style. I think that's a sort of interesting process. Like the elephant is being the main theme of the book is always white, and then all these additional elements are in white line art. So I've actually downloaded from Marjorie's site the elephant picture that I was telling you was a free download. And I chose that one rather than another one from the book, so that if anyone else wanted to join in with the colouring and they didn't have the book, that they could still, you know, colour the picture in and still enjoy it. Now she does have a Facebook group as well, so if you wanted to see and be inspired how other people colour these pictures in, that would be one of the best places to go, because you'll get a lot of fan work there, other colourists posting their beautiful pictures. And this is a bit about Marjorie and all of the places that you can find her on social media. She has a ton of books, and I think I've got most of them except maybe a few of these ones. And they're very easy to work with, they're very easy to colour. And the thing about them is they just make you feel happy. They're just such sweet, whimsical pictures and just such happy pictures. Now there are a couple of pages blank at the back that you could use for testing your mediums if you wanted to. So that's it for Elegant Elephants. So here's my little elegant elephant that I coloured, and that's from the page that I downloaded from Marjorie's site from being on her email list. So until next time, happy colouring.